So here are a few things like that you want to avoid in your logo is you don't want to follow the trends by having that swoosh. Every web company in the world has this swoosh kind of thing. Of course, you need to have a vector traceable logo so that you can scale it and it doesn't become bitmapped how you use it. So it needs to be a vector logo in the end. Don't try to design something that you think is really cool. You're trying to impress other people, not yourself. The bottom one is also an example that's not really useful, because when this is small, you wouldn't really see what it is. So you would have to really abstract and this logo into something like simplify it much more, to try to avoid many different fonts, because that's just gonna make it really unreadable. Don't try to copy other logos, because they could be confusing. And be careful that you're not making an illustration. It's going to be a logo. It needs to be very abstract and small. And don't be too generic. Set yourself apart from other logos, definitely. Compare like a few other people's logo and make sure that you don't follow this trend or something. Here's one designer is very famous for it, Michael Beirut. He's actually a really good writer too. I want to check out some of his books. He designed Yahoo, which I don't think follows their brand guidelines too well when you look at the website, or he did the Slack logo. I actually really do like the MIT logo that he did. I think that's a good one. Here is another very famous Paul Rand. He's sort of known for the Swiss style because it's very simple and timeless. And yeah, you can see some of these logos still exist 50 years later. That's him, Paul Rand here. He did the IBM logo, and that's a very famous bit of the IB, and then the letter M with the stripes, sort of because they did fax machines back then and the data. So it took him actually many, many years to build that logo. It was at first it was just straight letters, and for many years they had it like that until he changed and put in the stripes. So it wasn't immediately there. He didn't like have this bright flash of an idea in a second. It changed over the years. What I encourage you to do is do a journal where you write every day sort of a letter form, so you can play around with maybe initials, and over time you'll come up with these ideas if you keep doing that every day. And then the 20 sketches in 20 minutes like we did before. And it's definitely better start with a pen than with a computer. It's definitely better than to go on like the computer is only the last step to like clean up your idea once it's kind of solid already. We talked about building these mind maps. We can practice that together as well. It's not that easy. Here are some of the logos I built. I just thought I'd show you. Mostly pretty young brands and media companies and fashion designers, a coffee place down there. These were party promoters, a techno label, anime film festivals, music labels mostly. I'm going to give you these two sheets. They're sort of a checklist of names and concepts. And then last, I'm recommending this book. Out of many books that I read about logos, I think this really makes the best examples and has like explains it the best way. I think it's worth looking into this book. Okay, thank you.